Hello, hello. Hi, this is Michnia. Welcome to Crossroads Psychology. This is Beijing. This is China. It is 10 p.m. here in Beijing. And let's see first can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear myself. I hope you guys can also hear me. Now, this is an impromptu live. I was thinking today, I'm trying to stay positive. I encourage people to stay positive. I stay positive. I keep my mind positive. I exercise. But, sometimes our state of mind also depends on the kind of news we listen to or on the kind of news we read. So today I want to do something special. I'm going to try something new. I want to do a tally and see how is Romania presented in the news. What percentage do we have positive news? What percentage do we have negative news? Now, why Romania? Well, I am from Romania. I've been living abroad for a long time. And right now I'm in Beijing, where I teach psychology at an international school. And when people ask me where I'm from, I say I'm from Romania. And the first thing they think of, the first thing they mention is, oh, Romania, vampires. Are there vampires in Romania? We get these questions, us Romanians abroad, all the time. The second thing that people mention, like, oh, Romania, aren't you guys like full of gypsies there? And I know this is maybe not politically correct to say, but this is quote unquote exactly what people ask me when they see me. So there you go. And the third thing that Romania is famous/infamous for is that BBC documentary on orphanages. And actually that documentary is also mentioned in the psychology textbook that I am using right now here in China. So kind of Romanian news are most of the time people think must be something negative happening in Romania. All right, then I have a few people who are very knowledgeable when it comes to Romanian football, and they know amazing names of football players that I don't even know. So there are some people who know positive things about Romania. But let's see, what does Google say about Romania? What's in the news in English on Google News about Romania? So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to read just the headline of the latest news, and I'm going to tally it into positive news, neutral, or negative news. I'm going to stop when I have 10 news items on either of these three, categories. So let's start. I'm in my Google News browser. First thing, I will not really think of the news source, so I'm just going to go for the headline. All right? First headline: Global Stop expands its European operations to Romania. Now, first of all, a quick disclaimer: I do not follow Romanian news, Romanian politics. I don't know much about what's happening in Romania apart from like bits and pieces that I find out from my parents, from my family. So I know very little of the actual situation in Romania. So I think I am actually a good observer and a good judge today of these negative, positive news. So global news expands. I guess expansion is good. So that's 1 for positive. Let's move on. Romania's economy outshines the rest of EU after shunning lockdowns. This is a tricky one because the first part of the title is like a positive one, like, wow, Romania outshines the rest of EU when it comes to the economy, when Romania and Bulgaria used to be like the last and the second last countries when it came to economic growth in the European Union. But then they're saying that we are shunning lockdowns. I guess that's kind of like, oh, you're not going with the flow or whatever. But I'm going to take it as positive news. So this is positive news about Romania. 2, neutral, none, negative, none. All right. Second, third, actually. Romania signals fiscal policy shift, but key challenges remain. I guess fiscal policy shift for the better, I guess, because they're mentioning challenges that remain. So I'm going to go with positive news. That's crazy. 3 in a row. Okay, next one. Unilever names Romanian at the helm of its local operations, which means there's business in Romania, which means that things are going pretty okay. So that's 4 in a row. Madness. I did not expect this. I did not check Google News in advance. So this is new for me too. Next, Romania lawmakers differ once against draft law on cutting special pensions. Now, I know a few things about these special pensions. It's kind of controversial because in these special pensions are included some really I'm trying to be politically correct here. All right, politicians who receive a special pension for something they did in their career, but we're talking about like tens of thousands of euros. But at the same time, in this special pension, they include artists, writers, theater critiques. So in a way, I hope that they keep the special pensions for the artists, for the writers, but the special pensions for the people that voted this law for their own benefit, maybe that's not so good. So I don't know. I really don't know. I'm gonna go for neutral here because I don't know the situation too well. All right, next, Connections launches digital workplace smart device for Romanian companies. All right, I guess digital workplace smart service, that's something good. So we'll go with positive. That's 5 already. All right, Romanian smartphone producer iHand up sales by 71% in 2021. That's great news, and maybe this one links back to the first piece of news where they were saying that Romania is doing great when it comes to the economy. So that's 1 more for positive news. All right, next. European Citizens Prize. Romanian NGO awarded for Pediatric Oncology Registry. That's crazy. The Romanians won a prize. Again, positive news about Romania. Okay, so let's be honest. The last couple of news items were from a Romanian website, romanianinsider.com. I know them, as in I know the website. So maybe they're trying to, present the positive side of Romania. Okay, The Guardian, uppercase print review, a fierce denunciation of Ceausescu's Romania. All right, so this is a tricky one. It's a political news item on Romania before 1989, before our revolution, before we switched to democracy. So a denunciation of what happened before that, that's actually not bad, right? Putting the right things in the history books. So yeah, here we go. Positive news once again. Next, art of the steal. The sculptors of the Romanian charged with 4.5 million fraud. Okay, so an artist is charged with fraud, $4.5 million. All right, that's totally negative. How did he pull it off? That's mad. That's mad. Okay, so this is the tally right now. We have 8 positive news about Romania, 1 neutral, 1 negative. So just to check in with you guys, I know this is not like the greatest and most exciting live show ever, but Being Real George is here. So hi, Being Real George, thank you for being here. This is something new that I'm trying, so why not? Let's continue reading the headlines of the Romanian news and see if the news is positive or negative. So we're going to stop at 10. We are at 8 positive already. Next one, Romanian game producer raises 1 million euros in private share placement. That's amazing. Romanian startups raising funds. Isn't that great? That's great positive news. Next, Brâncuș Day, dedicated events in several Romanian cities this week. Okay, so George Brâncuș is a very famous Romanian sculptor. So again, this is great news. And we are right now at 10 positive news about Romania. I said I'm going to stop at 10. I'm briefly going to go to one more. I see here something about electric vehicles, positive news, software companies coming to Romania, positive news. Pretty interesting. This is pretty interesting to me. So the top 12 news items on Google News about Romania are very, very positive. Actually, 10 of them are positive news, which is great. It's good to know that my country is doing good stuff, and that, you know, there is recognition, and that we share this good news. So if there's any message to this video, the message is share positive news so that we can build a positive mindset. Try to read positive news so that you kind of like segue into a positive mindset. All right, this is it for this new series of positive versus negative news tally. If you are here later, let me know in the comment section below. What's your opinion about Romania? What do you know about Romania? And which country would you like me to analyze next time? Okay, until next time, this is Michnia wishing you a great day. Stay positive. Bye.